This week, Rhea and I are showing off another great trail. This time, we're joining the folks from Uinta County and Beers Power Sports as we venture off to the Red Mountain Trail.
Then Nick Chase is taking us out for a great family camping adventure to a lush canyon reservoir where everyone is sure to have fun in the water.
Finally, Scott Huntsman joins the Utah Vision Rally, which is an amazing motorcycle ride up the Wasatch Back that supports a great cause. It's all headed your way right now. At Your Leisure is next. It's red rock, but strangely, it's surrounded by green, and it's on our 50 trail list. Hi, everybody. Welcome to At Your Leisure today. I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're high on the Red Mountain Trail out here in beautiful Uinta County with our dear friend Randy Beers.
Randy has been a stalwart of this show for 20 years. Whenever we need help, machines or anything to go cover this part of the valley, or this part of the state, he is there with Harley Davidsons, with Beers Harley Davidson, and his Vernal Sports Center, and we are just having a blast.
Yeah, really, you're the guy that takes us out. I know you're really shy, but you are the best tour guide ever, Randy.
Thanks, you guys.
You know, and I'll tell you a little secret. I got a deal going. I'm trying to help Randy out today. He's got some of his favorite customers up here. And so he's getting a new parts list together because they let us drive their machine.
You're gonna be making some bank when we get home. The whole thing's gonna be busted up.
But right now, I think it's time for us to go figure out what this trail is all about.
Uinta County's a hidden gem. There's a ton of trails in Uinta County. We have about 1,000 miles on our trail system. Red Mountain's awesome because it's basically ranked at about a 7, it seems. But you can turn it into a 10 plus if you want, or you know, a 5 if you know the lines and stuff. But it's an incredible trail because you're just, once you get into the obstacles, it's just one right after another, after another, after another. And when you hit the top, you're, oh, I'm done, and then you have to go down the other side, and it's one right after another, another, just going down. It's more just because there's multiple lines. It's long. It gets long just because there's only, I mean, you're in, you're out, and there's some of the places there just isn't bypasses, so you have to do it.
Well, it's not a beginner's. Anybody intermediate and has their bike set up for slow, technical riding would be fine. Well, it changes a lot. You start down low in the sand and in the cedars, and you work your way up into the pinyons. Then at the top, you get into the ponderosas. There's nothing like this that I've been around, but it's just a neat, wonderful place.
You know, Rhea, it's just amazing on this Red Mountain Loop is that every time you go around a corner, there's something that'll take your breath away, and it'll either be scenic or it'll be frightening.
Yeah, where you gotta pucker up because you're scared to death. Yeah, there's really, what you guys are watching at home, there's a beautiful lake behind us, the Slikrok, which is beautiful.
Actually, it's behind them. See, turn around, people. There you go. See,
there
it
you
is,
go.
right there.
There it is.
Okay, now, behind us is like this cliff that they call a hill. And we're about ready to slide off the edge, and I know we're gonna hit bottom on it and bounce our way down.
They want me to lay down so they can jump over me, so I'm
they're
thinking
planning
about
to do a loft here. Okay, now I'm starting to understand.
How fast do you want to be at the bottom? All right.
Anyway, we'll see if we're still alive here in a minute. Right now, it's time for you to go to this week's Where To.
What's up, At Your Leisure? Nick Chase here, and today I am out at Causey Reservoir. Well, not quite at Causey Reservoir. I'm actually at one of the campgrounds just below it, but we're gonna be going up there soon. Now, this is a great place to camp with friends, with family, and it just so happens that I'm actually up here camping with my mom and dad to show you what an excellent camping place and recreation spot Causey Reservoir ends up being.
To get to Causey, it's just a short drive on Highway 39 following the South Fork of the Ogden River. This beautiful stretch of road is home to a plethora of campgrounds. If you want to get the one closest to the reservoir, pull off at the Weber Memorial Park campground and you will be pleasantly surprised.
You come here and you just can engage with nature, you can enjoy the solitude, you can put your feet in the water and just be totally at home. And you can watch the birds. There's a squirrel back behind us. I mean, it is so peaceful.
After you set up your trailer or put up your tent, there are plenty of ways to relax at camp. Hang your hammock from a tree and kick back, grab a shady spot for some snacks or a picnic, or cast a fishing line on the South Fork of the Ogden River. Just don't forget, there is plenty of fun to be had just up the road at the reservoir.
Causey Reservoir is a quaint reservoir, and it has 3 canyons or 3 arms that you can actually go investigate as well.
There's a great variety of terrain here. The cliffs around the lake are really nice, and there's a lot of nice shadowy areas where you can get and just dip into the water and enjoy your time in the lake. I've never really had enough guts to do any cliff jumping here, but it sure looks like a lot of fun. Someday I'm gonna have to get some courage and jump off the rock.
If jumping into the water isn't quite your speed, you can still enjoy the view from many of the different footpaths that border the reservoir.
There's a lot of really nice little hiking trails here too, so you can enjoy yourself, not only tubing in the river or soaking in the river or fishing or bird watching. It's just a great place to bring your family and relax.
The story ultimately told by this area of the Ogden Valley is that of peace and relaxation, and a place that has something for everyone in the entire family.
I like coming up here because I love the mix of people. We'll see older people here enjoying themselves with water activities or hiking. There'll be little toddlers with their folks as well, enjoying the shallow areas. It is an awesome place to come up and just hang out with friends and family.
See, not a bad family outing. Well, everyone, it has been an absolutely magnificent day here at Causey Reservoir in South Fork, but it's time for me to go to sleep. And I'm very happy that I decided to camp here tonight so that I don't have to drive all the way back to the city. Now, if you want to come here, make sure that you practice all the safety measures, bring a life jacket, make sure to tell people where you're going, and enjoy the water. And most of all, enjoy Causey Reservoir and the rest of South Fork. For this week's Where To and At Your Leisure, I'm Nick Chase.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We're Slikrok Productions. I'm Jake. This is Kurt. And today we want to talk a little bit about street legal kits.
We want to talk about the benefits of having a street legal kit. So if your machine is street legal, you can utilize the roads as well as just the dirt roads and the trails out there. There's a lot of places around that, there's dirt roads and mountain trails that connect towns together, so it makes for some great riding out there. But there's a lot of places like Moab, for example, if you go down to, if you're out riding the trails, you can come in and utilize the restaurants, the gas stations. If you need parts, you want to take a break, or you get a condo in town, you can use your machine to go back and forth. So that's super handy. Yeah, we like doing that a lot. But there is a responsibility that comes along with having a street legal machine in town. Here in Utah, we know the laws fairly well, obviously, because we live here, but please check with your local state to figure out what the laws are there. But here in Utah, the kits that you buy have basically everything you need in them, with the exception of mirrors and DOT tires.
DOT tires.
And windshield, right?
Yeah, you have to have windshield or goggles
to protect your eyes. Yeah. But most of the kits are really universal. They're really easy to install, with the exception of drilling a couple holes depending on where you want to put your turn signals.
Right.
They're pretty straightforward.
Yeah, the biggest thing for me when putting the street legal kit in is taking the machine apart and just running the wires. Outside of that, they're pretty straightforward.
Well, they're pretty straightforward, but any power sports place can install one for you. You can purchase one from any power sports place or anywhere online. We use Jayco's, we use Super ATVs. There's quite a few companies out there that make good quality street legal kits. But the benefits of having it definitely are great. I mean, it's really nice to be able to utilize the towns, utilize the streets, and not be restricted to have to trailer your machine everywhere. So we street legal all of our machines, and we do that. But once again, the responsibility of when you're driving in town, please drive in that town like you live there, your kids are there. You know, it's like, that is one thing that we hear about a lot of places we go. You know, a lot of us go on vacation and we go visit places, and you don't really take into consideration that there's residents there. And so please abide by the laws, throttle down when you're in town, stop at stop signs, and just be good human beings while you're in town so you don't upset the balance. There's a lot of great towns with a lot of great people that depend on the commerce that happens with side-by-sides, and we want to be respectful to all those people because they're there for us as well.
Right. And we really enjoy the street legal aspect of being able to do all this, and we don't want to see that go away because of that.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So let's all just be good human beings when it kind of comes to that stuff and be respectful. But that also carries over onto the trails as well.
Yes.
It's really important when you're out on the trails to conduct yourself accordingly. A lot of people, Moab is a really sensitive spot for this because, you got all the national parks. There's a lot of tourism there. There's hikers, there's bikers, there's motorcyclists, there's jeepers. And we encourage anybody to utilize the outdoors in any way they see fit, and whether you're in a Jeep, whether you're in a bike, everybody just needs to be respectful of each other and enjoy the outdoors in their own way.
So there are a lot of benefits to having a street legal kit. Just make sure to check with your local laws, and we'll be right back with more from At Your Leisure.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We are at the top of Red Mountain in Uinta County with our dear friends Randy Beers and his good buds up here. And wow, these boys know how to have fun.
They had to cover some rocks, I might add.
Wow. And they are really cooking something up over there, and it smells so good.
Well, while they were cooking the food, I was cooking up the scheme because Rhea and I toured this cabin here a few minutes ago, looking around and I could fix this up. It's really not that far gone. And, true the door out a little bit and we'd be in good shape. And
He's not kidding.
And so what do you think?
I think it should be a man cave. And get all your man friends to come up and hang out with you.
Yeah, that's probably how it'd be. Anyway, I'm really drawn by how passionate these guys are about this mountain. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're on road bikes or side-by-sides, dirt bikes, horseback. People, the locals out here are drawn to Red Mountain, and I think we ought to try and figure out why.
I just love it, and I can be all stressed out in a few minutes riding a street bike or a dirt bike. I'm relaxed and forget about my troubles. This was a logging area, and they horse and wagoned all the logs off. They built the road, the existing road. If you looked on the way out, there's places where they've piled rocks and timber on the keep the shoulders up and stuff. It's pretty hard to believe that they could make a profit doing that.
We've done a great job of keeping Uinta County secret, keeping it to ourselves. But Uinta County is a boom and bust economy with the oil field. Recently, in the last few years, we've realized that the importance of diversifying our economy. And one way to diversify is tourism. We have everything we need to improve and have people come for the ATVing, the trail riding, outdoor recreation in general. But Red Mountain's beautiful, beautiful vistas, good history up here, and one thing about Uinta County, and that's because we've been keeping it so secret, is there's a lot of people.
Yeah, you'll notice that there's no passengers in any of these machines. I wonder why.
They watched Rhea's show where she said, I'm getting out, I'm getting out, I'm getting out.
Hey, we're bringing up the barbecue and the baked beans, and I'm like, hey man, I don't want to wear them, I want to eat them.
Anyway, this, the historical context is what's really important about this road. Look how difficult it is. You know how they first used to cross this? With horse and wagon, bringing lumber off the top of this mountain to build homes. This is an old lumber road.
This is phenomenal. I mean, this is a feat with these machines. I can't imagine what these guys did years ago.
The employment office was open 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, so they could keep enough people hired to work.
That is guaranteed. That is for sure. All right, well, don't go anywhere because we're heading off to our Along the Way.
Hey, I'm Scott Huntsman with my wife Tanya. This is this week's Along the Way. Now, we invited a bunch of friends to come along with us on the Vision Ride. What's the Vision Ride? Well, it's motorcycles, Dodge Challengers, and all kinds of different vehicles. Why are we here? Well, we're going to introduce you to a family that took tragedy and turned it into triumph.
So we lost my son Taylor at the age of 23 in January of 2017. And quickly we knew that we needed to do something to honor him, remember him, and to hopefully ensure that no other family ever had to experience this tragedy. So Taylor Hagen Memorial Foundation was started early in our journey of grief. And we did it originally so that we could raise money to give back to suicide prevention efforts with American Foundation of Suicide Prevention.
The Taylor Hagen Memorial Foundation also awards hockey scholarships, sends mothers on bereavement retreats, and gives resources to those struck by the tragedy of suicide. These indispensable functions of the foundation would be impossible without the Utah Vision Ride. This drive, combined with cars, bikes, and more, runs to some of the most beautiful locations near the Salt Lake Valley. Motorcycle riders know what a ride does for the soul, but this is more than just tires touching the pavement. The ride itself touches the hearts of everyone on the road.
Great time, fun to be here.
The ride is awesome. It got a little bit chilly up the hill, but it's amazing to see all these bikes and everyone coming out here to support this event. Every time I tear up and get very emotional when I see the signs, and I'm getting emotional just talking about it.
But this is by far one of the most unique events that we do. It's just such a moving event to see so many people with so many people that they've lost, and for us to come out and to support them and to say it's okay not to be okay, and encourage people to reach out for support and help. And I think over the last couple of years there really has been a lot more awareness raised, but we have a long way to go.
The Utah Vision Ride has a monumental impact on those who experience it firsthand. Through raffle tickets, a poker run, an entire gala being held later in the night, the funds raised during the ride will go to help folks who are going through the same difficult times in their lives, and maybe even more in the future if we can all help out.
The Utah Vision Day is our biggest fundraising opportunity. It's where we raise most of our money to support the programs. This year, we are on track to probably do not double, but we're going to get close to doubling what we've raised in years prior. And so this is the year that we're going to come together as a board and say, who else needs us? Where do we need to be providing support? And so we're super excited that we think this is the year we're going to take it to the next level.
All right, guys, we're on our way. The event is over. It's been great. I think they had a great turnout this year. Come along with us next year. It's a great time. And if you want to donate, the website's right there. Check it out and donate to us. For this week's Along the Way, I'm Scott Huntsman.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're on the Red Mountain Trail, and we have stopped on this beautiful landscaping area. It's like toadstools.
That's
right?
true, and it's named after that dog right there, Toad.
Hello, Toady. Isn't he cute?
That's Mike Cook's little dog, Toad.
He's a good boy.
And these were named after him. And if you believe that, I got a bridge I want to sell you in Florida.
No, he's a very famous dog.
He is a famous dog.
Yes, he's really smart too.
Well, you know, this has been a really adventurous trail. Every single minute something different comes up. And I'm so thankful that Randy brought us up here today so we could give everybody a taste of it.
Oh, absolutely. Everything has been wonderful, all the way to the barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
It was,
lunch was good.
Yeah, what a great group of folks.
Yeah, going to propel us home.
Yeah, but you all got to get yourselves out. Y'all got to get yourselves out here because this is a really beautiful trail all year round.
Yep, and believe it or not, we're going to try and top this show for next week. Don't know if we'll do it, but here, take a look, see how we're going to do.
Next week, Kevin and Gina are hitting the trails again, but this time they have a unique journey that allows for a wide variety of riding all in the same day as they venture from Richfield to Coucheron.
Then I finally get my turn to let the rubber meet the road as we get the motorcycles out and join another great ride through the scenic byway of the Nebo Loop.
Finally, AYL is following one family who makes a tradition and a reunion out of making the trek from Las Vegas to the Paiute ATV Jamboree. Now let's take a look at our calendar of events.
First up on September 11th, Stedman's and AYL will be hosting the 20th annual Red, White, and Road motorcycle event in Torrey, Utah. Space is limited, so sign up now on our website at AYLTV.com.
Then, also on September 11th at Gorilla Off-Road in Orem, Utah, is the Silverback Bash event, which features competitions and games and great entertainment for the whole family. Now let's take a look at the contest winner.
This week's contest winner was submitted to us on Facebook by Terry Alvarado. Congratulations, Terry. It looks like you're going to win a $400 gift certificate to TuneX.
TuneX offers great repairs and upgrades for your motorized needs. Be sure to visit tunex.com for more info.
And be sure to call us on Monday at 801-947-8888 to claim your prize.
Oh, we've had such a great time today with these gentlemen. Thank you, thank you.
Isn't this a remarkable trail?
Yes, it is awesome.
Okay, just as a piece of advice, you watched today is not a trail for beginners. Go find somewhere else to ride. If you're gonna ride this one, you should at least be a good intermediate. That would be my guess.
Absolutely, and bring somebody with you.
Yeah, and remember, when you break something, as you inevitably will, don't forget, Randy's here in town, Vernal Sports Center. He's got all kinds of parts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you send people up here so they can break down and then they come and then you're like, hey, so sorry that happened. I can fix that for you.
Well, we also want
to
thank Mike Cook for heading up the county's trail program. And as he said today, you think it's great yet? Well, you see what the future holds.
You got it.
And we're excited for it.
Thank you.
So remember, there is adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure.
At your leisure. All right, Scotty, beam me up.
Let's go.